I'm Corbett Wall with USDA Market News, here with your weekly feeder and stocker cattle market summary for the week ending June the 20th, where these feeder cattle and calves just keep going up. All classes closed $3 to $7 higher, which is actually backed off a little bit from what they sold earlier in the week, which was $5 to $10 higher. But on Wednesday, that CME feeder cattle futures contract closed limit down, which did take the edge off just a little bit, but by Friday there was no weakness to be seen in the market at all, and probably that Wednesday limit down was just profit taking, and these funds have really been riding this market up all the way and coming in and taking a little off once in a while. One day when it does peak out, they're bound to ride it down a ways. But feeder prices for the year so far, we're just about 6 months through. Your 8-weight feeders are selling $40 to $55 higher than they did at the beginning of the year. The CME index is $38.61 higher than it was at the beginning of the year. Your calves, a lot of those calf classes in your 4 and 5 weight calves are as much as $70 higher than they were at the beginning of January. But earlier this month, the whole industry was buzzing about $2 8-weight steers, and it was really a big breakthrough to hit that level. On Wednesday at Green City, Missouri, they had 2 loads of steers that weighed 920, averaged 203.15. So we've just in 3 weeks we've went through that breakthrough of 8 weights, bringing $2, and now we got 9 weights bringing into the $2 pretty good ways. Up in Kearney, Nebraska, at the Huss Platte Valley auction, they had over 600 head of 8 to 850 pound top quality steers, averaged 821 pounds at 213.14, which is really hard to believe. We just broke that $2 level the other day, and now we're that far into the $2. At the same sale, at the same time, they had a gooseneck load of little head and calves, little steers weighed 239, bring $925 per head, which just really seems just out of this world. And one might wonder what those quotes would have been at those 2 sales if the board hadn't been locked down the limit while this was going on. Could have been even more impressive. Our exports are still excellent. This week, Hong Kong announced that they are going to lift the limits that they've had on U.S. beef imports into their country. And those limits go back to the BSE scare in 2004. And they're already our 3rd best customer according to volume, so that's going to open that market up even more. Your cattle on feed this Friday come out, and the industry analysts absolutely nailed this one for the first time in a while. Your on-feed inventories as of the 1st of June, 98.4% of the same time a year ago. Placements were 93% of the same time a year ago for May, and marketings during May 95.7%, and all of those just within tenths of nailing those on the average of the industry guess. Fat cattle this week sold steady to $2 higher, with all your major feeding regions selling at $150 except for Iowa, which doesn't sell a whole lot of live, and they were right in there at $148 and 9. Regional weighted averages this week in the north central states, an 8 to 900 pound steer cost you $203.82 compared to $196.67 just last week and $133.39 a year ago. Down in the south central states, a 7 to 800 pound steer cost you $206.18 compared to $201.18 last week and $137.24 a year ago. Down in the southeast, a 5 to 600 pound steer, bring $225.84 compared to $223.59 last week and $141.33 a year ago. That wraps up your feeder and stocker cattle market summary for this week. Check out our website for more market information at marketnews.usda.gov, and from the Regional Market News Office in St. Joe, Missouri. We'll talk to you next week.